Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week. This is for the rest of 2025. We're doing kind of like another deep reading. So each row is going to represent something different. Your first row is going to be what you need to hear right now. You have this distance and journey card and this loyalty and determination card. It's funny to me, Sagittarius, that you being a Sagittarius would have a card that has something to do with travel on it. So, it could just be a good time to travel, go on adventures, things like that. That's it. The loyalty and determination card, I think we are discovering what we want to be loyal to. We are, believe it or not, in a time of love. So that doesn't have to mean a person, but that could mean that we are discovering things that we love, things that we actually want to be doing with our lives. And here you go, right here, Ace of Cups, right? The Ace of Cups can be love, as in a person, but the Ace of Cups is anything that can overflow on its own, right? The Ace of Cups can just reach down into that water below it and fill itself back up. So the Ace of Cups always reminds me of doing things that we are loyal to or that we really actually want to be doing in life, because usually those things cause us to overflow, which is a good thing. You have the Four Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Seven of Swords showing up here in your first row. I think that a lot of people are kind of like feeling disappointment energy right now in the month of, I would say in the month of like September. You might be feeling this now. Today is August 17th, so this video will be published on the 18th, and you could start to feel this, but it's not like bad disappointment. I think it's just like a lot of people could be thinking like, oh, I thought I would have XYZ by this time in my life, and I don't have it. It's like that type of disappointment that I feel is coming up for people. It's more, maybe a good word for that would be expectations, like the things you expected to have or, what you expected to be in your life, and there is like a little disappointment attached to that. Now, I kind of do feel it is a good thing right now, because I feel like the fact that we are, it's like seeing that, I think, is allowing us to correct it. It's like obviously, if you weren't disappointed, then you wouldn't have anything to like work towards, right? And so like whatever you're feeling disappointed about, it's like you're correcting it and you're maybe focusing on other things. You have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is about focusing in the future. She is very focused on the future, and she's very focused in general. You have the Star, you have the Ace of Cups, you have the World, you have the Fool. These are all great cards of focusing. Even the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups, he has that cup, and he's got that fish in that cup. So I always say that fish might not be real. We don't know. Some people say it's part of his imagination. Some people say it's his pet. Some people say it's just there. But all I know is that he needs to grab onto that fish, because there's water behind him. It could easily jump out, right? And so I think you are focusing on an opportunity here, Sagittarius, at the end of the year. And I would just I would keep focusing on something that feels right to you, that you can be loyal to. And that's the other thing as well. Is like sometimes I think loyalty or our determined feelings is kind of what tells us we're doing the right thing. It's like, I don't really have any good examples, but over the years I've just noticed, like, I'll talk to people and they'll be like, they basically tell me that they don't want to be doing what they're doing, like in work or business or whatever, but they feel like they have to. I'm like, yeah, but you don't really want to do it. That's why it's not working. It's like you can't even be loyal to it. And this is not a criticism. This should be a clue, right? If you can't be loyal to something, then maybe it means it just isn't right for you, and you don't have to beat yourself up over it or anything, but, I kind of feel you're getting that level of clarity. You have the Seven of Swords. We are in the time of the Seven of Swords. I think the Seven of Swords perfectly describes the energy that we're all going to be dealing with. It is an innovative energy. He's stealing those swords from this army in the background here. So he's going to war, but in a different way. And instead of going to war, he's stealing those swords. And so we're in a time of innovation. Everybody has to do this right now. It's kind of funny because, I have YouTube groups that I work with on the weekends. And without fail, I always get someone that asks about like, what will happen with AI? Is AI going to ruin content creation and all this other stuff? I'm like, well, actually, no. We just have to find other ways of doing things, number one. Number two, the people that use AI, it's like everything is going to be the same. So it's actually going to be easier, I think, for people to stand out if they just create something, original. Or it doesn't even have to be original. I think people just have to add their own experience to what they're doing. And again, that is the Seven of Swords. We just have to do what other people aren't doing. We also have to be more playful, right? He has these polka dots in his cloak. And polka dots in the tarot come up when we are taking things too seriously. And they basically encourage us to be more playful, to have more fun, to not take life too seriously, right? So let's see here, Sag. With the Four of Cups, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, making progress. I will say that almost every single person has had something about progress. So, I think this is good for the collective because it's like maybe the energy is opening up a little bit, or maybe we're just able to make better progress at this time, which is good. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups can be fulfillment or wish fulfillment coming in for you. So I do feel like there could be some fulfillment coming in for you here with the Nine of Cups. I think you need to focus on your own fulfillment. I want to say that I said this to you recently, but I really think, and like in your last reading, probably your reading for the week of the 18th of August, 2025. I think I said something to you about being selfish. Like, I think it would be a good time for you to be really focused on yourself right now, Sagittarius. So yes, I am giving you permission to be selfish and to put yourself first. I think that would be the best thing. And, that's what the Nine of Cups can say. With the Seven of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is kind of like straightforward, diligent works, and he also does what works in some ways, but sometimes I think he does need to innovate, right? Just like I said. So I think the Seven of Swords with this King of Pentacles is saying it would be a good time for you to innovate. Next, we're going to look at what you're outgrowing at this time. You have this Flow of Abundance card and this Star Blessings card. I think you're heading towards blessings, honestly, because you have the star in the next row. So you literally have this card that says Star Blessings on it, and you have the star in the next row. I feel like you are heading towards the flow. So maybe you're getting unstuck here, and that's what you're releasing or outgrowing. Or maybe you're outgrowing the need to be stuck, and I kind of feel that with this energy. You have the Page of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. Again, we're looking at what you are outgrowing, and so you could be outgrowing the energy of dreaming. Although I don't think you have to let go of this, but what I think you're letting go of is you're not really letting go of it. I think you're more getting into an action-taking space. So you're not just dreaming; you're actually putting it into practice with the Page of Cups, which is good. I also feel that it's I feel for a lot of you that you are more, it's you don't need things to be more perfect, to get started on anything. So if you are thinking about starting anything in life, I feel it's you're willing to start from different places. You're willing to start from a different place in general. I don't know, it's kind of popping into my head that way. You have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is about going on an adventure. So, again, in being adventurous, I think it would be a great time for you to be adventurous, to travel, to, do things you've never done before, all that other good stuff, to get out into the world. I would do all that with the Knight of Wands, sorry. I also think that, basically a lot of your readings have been saying that you are returning to your original self or who you are. And so I think you're just embracing your own energy, like Sagittarian energy on a deeper level, and it's probably making things better. You have the Five of Pentacles. Again, I just said something about this. I don't remember exactly what I said with that Page of Cups, but Five of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold. But again, we're looking at what you're outgrowing at this time, and I feel like you're letting go of the need to feel left out in the cold or something like that. I'm not saying you're acting like a victim or anything like that, Sagittarius, but it's I really don't know how to say what I want to say here. If I'm being honest, it's sometimes I think we just, it's sometimes when you're angry, it's sometimes you're angry, and I'm not saying this is what this is, but, and it's sometimes I think we just have to be pissed off, right? And there's nothing we can do to correct that. But it's I feel like you're letting go of those moments where it's it doesn't have to be anger. It could be anything. Could be sadness, could be illness, could be whatever you're holding on to. But I feel like there's something that you're releasing here, but in a good way. It's a feeling or something that you are letting go of that you just don't need to have anymore. With the Page of Cups, you have the Hermit. If you want love, your last row is going to represent love. And, obviously we have the Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. Definitely could be a new connection coming in for you. Could be a Virgo, could be any sign. This is a general reading. But I do feel like some of you are maybe putting yourself out there more with the Hermit to the Star, because the Hermit has the Star in his lantern, and the Star would be, you're opening up to the Star's blessings, so you could be kind of like getting more attention or putting yourself out there more. I think all that would be great. This could also be you releasing the struggle, which would be good. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Eight of Cups. Your past 3 readings have been about not settling because of this card, I'm pretty sure. So you are definitely in a time where it is time for you to no longer settle, which I think you realize here, Sagittarius. It feels more focused to me as well, this energy. I don't know how to describe this either, but it's like, let's say you have a job and a side hustle, I think a lot of Sagittariuses do. I feel like you're picking one thing or the other, not that you have to. I just think you're maybe saying there are other things I want to do in my life. The Knight of Wands is very adventurous. So, if all you're doing is working with the Knight of Wands, then you can't go do those adventurous things you want to do. And, I think you're more willing to create your life, or it's like you're getting to this place where I feel you're more willing to do what you need to do to be able to create your own reality, which is good. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Two of Pentacles. Yes, I feel that, again, I literally just said this because Two of Pentacles is spinning plates. He's doing too much, and it's the energy of being busy. But, again, we're looking at what you're outgrowing at this time, and it's like maybe you are outgrowing the idea that you need to be busy and that you need to work hard to be successful. It's like there are plenty of people who make a lot of money who don't. So, it's like, to me, it's a choice. And I feel that you could be thinking about that choice, or thinking about what choice you want to make with that, right? And that would be great. Next, we're going to look at one move that would change everything for you right now. Can't make this up. You have this card that says Sagittarius and expansion on it. It says you are ready to expand and move forward to your next lucky break. There you go. You have the Soul Family card that says prepare to meet those who share a similar frequency level as you. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is about finding people who share a similar frequency level, for sure. Those 3 people on the Three of Pentacles, we'll talk about this more in a minute, but they are focusing on a shared vision, right? So I think you definitely focusing on surrounding yourself with people where you share a similar vision, or you have similar ideas on where your life is going to be very important for you, Sag. And I also feel, obviously, it's a time of expansion for you as well. You have the Star, the Ace of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. The Star, you have that Star Blessings card, and so obviously this could be, the Star is blessing you in your reading with something that you've been wishing for. The Star is about being in the pool of universal consciousness. That's what this pool of water is in front of her. It is the pool of universal consciousness. She is getting into that pool. She's tapping into the, into that frequency, or whatever you want to call it. There are these ripples that are going out on the water. And, this could be what you are telling the universe you want, or kind of the vibrations that you're sending off, and being very careful of that. And so I think a lot of you are, really tapping in at this time. The thing that I always say, especially right now, especially for the next 19 years with Pluto and Aquarius, it's like, if we're going to do something, we have to do it. We have to go all the way in. Sometimes I feel with a Star that we can't just dip our toes in the water. And again, definitely with Pluto and Aquarius, I don't think we can just kind of explore something. We really have to dive into something. We really have to make those full commitments into things that we are doing, or working on, or creating, or building. And I would make sure that you're doing that with the Star card, right? Is really diving deep. You have the Ace of Cups. I think you really need to make sure that the things that you're doing are causing an overflow of energy in the positive. Again, we're looking at what one move could you make that would change everything for you right now. And again, the Ace of Cups would be about getting into the flow, meaning that you are doing something that you could do endlessly. That does not mean that you should do it endlessly, right? It just means that there are things in life that I think that when we do them, they fulfill us. I always say, when I do these readings, some days I start, I'm very tired, but by the time I'm done, I'm full of energy, right? I don't use my own energy. I channel from source. So, it always surprises me when I hear other readers say that they're tired after reading. I'm like, well, that means you're using your own energy, which you're not supposed to be doing, right? You're supposed to channel from source. So I always feel way more energetic after, right? It's something that I could do endlessly, but I don't, but I could, right? And so I think that, that's what this is about. I also do feel that, obviously, that, a change that could be coming in for you could be love. Right here, Page of Cups, Ace of Cups to the Two of Cups. I think that for those of you that want a connection, this would be a connection that changes your life for the better, definitely not the worse. So I think this would be a clear improvement to your life, someone who really adds to your life. And so if you want love, looks amazing here, Sagittarius. You have the Three of Pentacles. Again, this person could be part of your soul tribe with the Three of Pentacles. I kind of feel this is more general for sure, Sag. Like you are just attracting people in general, friends, family, all, just having the right people who really support your vision. This is your vision right here, and they're coming in a support position. So I think as long as you're attracting that type of person into your life, things can go well. With the Star, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about stepping out into the world, taking the lead in your life. I do think it would be an amazing time for you to take the lead right now with the Two of Wands. He has the whole world in his hands. And again, he has to, or he should be getting out into the world to make things happen. And that's basically what I would be doing with this card, is taking the lead. And the Three of Pentacles basically says the same thing. This guy here is the leader. These people, again, are coming in a support position. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Justice card. Could be a Libra coming in for some of you. Again, I think that this would just be a very balanced person if you're looking for love. I also think this is encouraging you to balance the things that you enjoy in your life. Like it's saying you need to bring more, I said this on the Two of Pentacles, that maybe what you're outgrowing is the need to be busy at work. And it's like maybe you're bringing more joy into your life, which I think would probably bring some blessings in for you as well. With the Three of Pentacles, you show up, the Temperance card. So whenever you show up as yourself, that puts you in a position of power and strength and allows you to get what you want from the reading. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be creating a lot of, good vibes and just taking the lead in your life. Next, we are going to look at what blessings are coming in for you at this time. You have this indirect source and this unexpected unknown. So that both those cards kind of represent the same thing. There could be some unexpected blessings coming in for you right now, Sagittarius. Like maybe you just don't realize that there are blessings coming in, but they are. You have the Five of Cups, the World, and the Two of Cups. So number one, this could definitely be love. That is the unexpected blessing that's coming in for you. Number two, I also feel like releasing something that isn't working in your life is going to bring in some blessings. This is something that you're probably done doing. I feel like some of you are like sick and tired of doing something. He's sick and tired of these Three Cups right here. The whole point of this card is that he's lost his taste for wine, and he is grieving the loss of these Three Cups. But the whole point of the card is that he has lost his taste for those Three Cups. So it's like he's grieving something that he doesn't even enjoy any longer. He needs to realize there's something better coming in for him. So, again, I think you need to realize there's probably something better coming in for you here, Sag. You have the World. So again, the ability, some of you could be traveling more, for sure. That's popping into my head, and that could be bringing in blessings for you. I also feel that, again, part of you returning to your Sagittarian self is that you will be traveling more in the future or the near future. And again, I think that will bring in a lot of blessings with this card. The World can also be an accomplishment or achievement. So I do feel there are some achievements that you've been working for that could be coming in for you at this time. You have the Two of Cups. Again, this could be the unexpected is love. Again, is this like a total surprise? No, I don't want this to seem like it's like a, total clickbaity thing here, Sagittarius. Like, I don't think it's like completely surprising. I just think that you could be meeting a person. I feel between like now and the end of the year, might not even be today, or probably isn't going to be today. But I feel that you could really be meeting a person where it's like, just there's, it's good. Like, I think you'll think that it's good when you meet this person, but it's probably better than expected, like over time, right? And that's kind of what I feel there. But let's see here, Sagittarius, what's going on for you. With the Five of Cups, you have the Death card. Yeah, it could be some big transformations going on for you at this time, or there could be a major transformation going on for you here. So I do like to see that, especially after disappointment. I think you've been dealing with some disappointments all year, 2025, even earlier, but I think there's one that stands out to you, Sagittarius, and it's like that's what you're moving past, and that could be a blessing. With the world, you have the King of Swords. King of Swords, knowledge, wisdom. Can represent attracting a person who's older than you. So if you are attracting love with the world and the Two of Cups and all the Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, then it definitely could be someone who's older than you. The other thing is that you have justice and law. Then King of Swords is law and order. So if you're dealing with something legal, this could be law and order. But this could also just be, it's like sometimes I think the readings are basically trying to say you are attracting a person where there is justice, where it feels like justice. It feels like love is being balanced out. Yep, with the Two of Cups, you have the Devil. I actually feel this could be a Capricorn as well. So again, if you're attracting love, I don't think this person is toxic. I think it's just saying this person could be a Capricorn. That's it. Next, in the area of what will happen in love for you, you have this Wake Up card. It says awareness, self-control, and transition. You have this Time Shift. It says past lives, insights, and possibilities. You could be attracting like a past life connection or something like that for sure. So, it could be a past life thing. I feel like you are waking up to love. Like, I feel like you're waking up to the role that you play. And this might not even be love with a person. This could be with things that you love as well, Sag. Like I said at the beginning of the reading, love is clearly an important energy for you with that loyalty card. So again, that doesn't have to be a person, but it could just be the energy of love that you are focusing on. You have the Fool, the Six of Swords, and the Death card. I do feel like you should take some bigger risks in love. Like, if you want love, I would, obviously put yourself out there. Do whatever you can to attract love, but it could be a new beginning. And there's this white dog right here. And you have that white dog card, the Loyalty and Determination card. The dog on the Fool represents loyalty and determination, basically the same thing. So a lot of you could be attracting like a person who is very loyal, which would be great. You have, with the Six of Swords, definitely improvements in love. I also feel if you are in a connection that there are going, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the connection that you're in, but, it's like things can always improve in everything that we do. So, whether it's positive or negative, I feel that if you are in a connection right now, that there are going to be improvements coming in for you. I also specifically feel if you have a partner that, like, their life could be improving, which is going to help your life improve. It's like, that positive kind of feedback type loop, right, going on here. So for a lot of you, if you have a partner, this is great. If you don't have a partner, I think this is great. I think you could just be, creating improvements in love. You have the Death card, definitely a complete change in your love life. I think you've learned a lot in love. I think you've learned a lot about kind of what makes you tick with that Ace of Cups and the Justice card showing up here. You've learned a lot about like what matters and, all that other good stuff. So I do feel you could be more focused on, like creating a positive connection here, which again is great. Let's see here. With the Fool, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords, like this or that thinking. And so Two of Swords kind of says that you have to get out of your head here is what I feel. That's not the only thing this means, but just that's really what I'm getting intuitively for you, Sagittarius, is that you have to get out of your head. I also, I would encourage you to try to find love differently. She's thinking this or that, but, there's this new island behind her, which kind of represents a third place. I always say this is my card of third place solutions, my card of doing something in a different way. So maybe to attract love, you have to attract it in a different way than you ever have before, and that's what I would focus on with that card. With the Six of Swords, you have the Five of Wands. It's like I do feel that you could be attracting something with, that where there is competition, basically. So you could be attracting a person who's very attractive at this time or a person who really stands out. The funny thing is, I think I said this to Capricorn as well. So again, it could be a Capricorn. I mean, Capricorn standing out. Is it going to be a Capricorn for all of you? Probably not. So, I always tell people, focusing on the sun sign is silly in the first place. So, I think sun sign compatibility is BS in the first place. We should be looking at the moon, Jupiter, and Venus, right? And it's all that stuff together. But I don't know. There's something about that where it's like you could be attracting someone where there is competition or something. I also think that you have to realize that, yeah, there is competition, but that basically you can stand out above the competition. The trick with the Five of Wands is that we can do things to make ourselves unique. We can do things to enhance things about ourselves or to be different. And we are definitely in a time where we all need to be different. With the Death card, you have the Eight of Wands. Yes, definitely a quick change in love. So for those of you that want love or want a connection, I think that, things are changing quickly in love for you. The Eight of Wands can usually start as communication as well. So, this could be a person where it's like you kind of like start with communication and start communicating with a person, and then it kind of like develops from there. The Eight of Wands also quick success. So, in quick change, I think just in general, if you are doing anything, you have the Star, the World, to the Eight of Wands, to that Death card. It's like if you're doing anything new in your life here, Sag, this could represent like a very rapid change or something happening very rapidly, which would be great. But yeah, this looks really good, Sagittarius. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.